Hey guys, JT here with a quick final thoughts, or I hope it's going to be quick, final thoughts on the RC Beach bike. I got this bike from Banggood. I got this about month and a half ago, I think it was. And when I got this bike, it cost me about 80 bucks shipped. Now they have dropped the price at the time of this video. You can get it for about $70, $75 shipped at the most, which is still a pretty good price for what you get here. When you get this car, the radio looks kind of like the Traxxas TQI radio. It doesn't have as many, or I should say TQ radio. It has probably a couple more adjustments than that. When you see you have your throttle and your steering trim buttons right here. But there isn't anything too much for servo reversing. I didn't have to do that. But if you look on top, I never had to use this button that's up here at the top. This may be for servo reversing, but the car came pretty much already dialed in and ready to run. And this car does come with a Lipo battery and also a Lipo charger. One cool thing I liked about this was this radio. With this radio, if you are a left-handed driver, you just push this in, bam. There it is right there on the side. So I thought that was pretty cool. I did drive it on the left side and also on the right side, just to make sure that it didn't intervene or interfere with the steering, and it was the same with both. This radio is a 2.4 gigahertz radio, and it does use 4 AA batteries. Like I said, this is like the Traxxas TQ radio, so this may be somewhat similar to the manufacturer that makes those. They just added that cool little feature in there. So that's enough with the radio. With the car, just to let you guys know, I drove this thing a lot and I didn't break one part on it. I drove it with the guy on and with the guy off. It's just one body clip that's underneath him that you just remove out. You can actually take the person off. This thing comes in the color of purple and also in green as well. The only thing, well, I guess I did lie. The only thing I did break, and didn't really break, it just popped off, was there was a front cage for here. After I crashed a couple of times, it kind of just came off. And I wasn't able to snap it back in. So you may want, if you get this, unsnap it, put a little glue or something around there and snap it back on. But these are buckets, as you see the one down here as well, for LED lights if you want to put some lights and stuff in there. So I thought that was pretty cool, and especially for what you pay for this. This is a 1/12 scale RC bike. So taking this off, it's just 4 body pins, and that's what the inside of that looks like. I'll show you right underneath the body. You see that pin right there? That's what you have to take out to remove the guy from here, and he just actually comes right off. It does handle a little bit better with the guy off because it's not as top heavy. So when you get this car, you will see how this is kind of set up and stuff. It does kind of have that Revo or Tamiya like suspension up here. I can't remember the Tamiya car that's got that, but I know Tamiya first did some suspension like this on one of their cars. It does come with a 380 motor, and it does have a 2-in-1 speed controller and receiver. I'm not a big fan of these because when it comes to trying to switch this, you have to replace the whole thing. I mean, you have to get a speed controller and a radio for that. So I'm just not a big fan of these 2-in-1 things, but I know they probably did it for cost sake. So the servo on here it's not the best in the world, but it does get the job done. And as you guys can see and listen, there is no oil in these shocks at all. So if you guys get this, the first thing I do recommend, unless they're going to update these somewhat, is go ahead and put some oil in these shocks, because it's going to keep it from, as you're driving, not bouncing around and stuff. And if you want, upgrade the servo. Tower Hobbies, or a place called, I think, something called, or a company called RC Gear Shop on Tower Hobbies, has a servo that is a little bit stronger and faster. So it only costs like $3, and so it's like $5 shipped. So I would recommend, if you got that, to go ahead and upgrade that servo, because it's going to help with the handling of this car. Like I said, it does come with a Lipo battery. Comes strapped in like that. Just pull this pin out and bam. And it does come with a charger too. So I thought that was pretty cool, because most cars in the US, we can get that to focus in, don't come with a Lipo battery. You'll be lucky to get a nickel metal battery with most of the cars, but they don't come with Lipos. I know that Associated does it, and it may be 1 or 2 companies that may include a Lipo battery, but I know most of these companies overseas do include Lipo batteries. This thing took about 7 business days for me to get it. I ordered on a Monday, and then I got it the following Wednesday. So as you see, the car does have a wheelie bar on it. It is not adjustable. And take a look inside there. You probably can't see it too well. But those are 12mm hexes, so you can put different size tires and wheels on here. I wouldn't recommend going too big with this as far as tires go, because you will start overloading this motor with it. It does have, as you see there, a slipper clutch to adjust. And this is easily taken out. Like, you can just actually readjust that and put in different size pinion gears. And they do give you 2 size pinion gears, a regular one and then what they call, I guess, a speed pinion gear. So I never ran it with that in there because I figured as it ran, it was fine. And I think I got about 9 minutes runtime on this with the top speed of about 15 miles per hour, which is fine kind of for what this is. Some people may want more speed with it. So you guys do see, if you can see up in there, it does come with the telescopic drive shafts on there, and they are metal up in there, and they are plastic on the ends, but that has been fine for this. I haven't had, like I said, any parts break or any problems or issues with this car at all. Turning this over, you guys see the bottom of the chassis. It does not come with the Phillips heads, so that was a plus for this as well, because most cars that are around this price range, some manufacturers do go ahead and put the Phillips heads in there. So overall, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this. Overall, I have been impressed with this, especially for the price. You get it ready to run with a Lipo battery and 2.4 gigahertz radio. The electronics in it are okay. The motor's fine. I think that if you kept this over time, you would eventually change out the 2-in-1 radio receiver ESC and replace that with something a little bit better. And then you'd have to replace the servo. And I think if you did that, you'd have a pretty good car. Now, Banggood has got a lot of good cheap stuff on their site. I mean, they got a lot of brushless motors, ESCs, servos, 10 scale, 12 scale, and everything. So I'm going to eventually do a video and go through their site. I did order another car from Banggood. I won't tell you what it is. It should be here probably within the next week or so. But I'm pretty excited to see it and show it to you guys. But I'm also thinking about ordering some of their brushless motors and ESCs, and even looking at some of their Lipos, because I want to do a comparison on how that is to some of the stuff we buy here in the States, because a lot of it is or does look like it's just rebranded, or it was originally manufactured over there, and then when the States gets it in, they just put their own stickers and labels on it and then jack the price way up. So anyway, that is a review. Oh, before I forget, I wanted to show you guys something real cool with this body. This is my Stampede 4x4. You guys know I converted this to a stadium truck. Check this out. Get this to work on here real quick. This fits right on here. With a couple adjustments, you can get this to fit. And of course, I lowered my Stampede 4x4 down, but I may do this as a conversion for this, because I'm pretty interested how to get this to fit on here properly, which I don't think it's going to be too difficult, but this fits right on here. So even if you guys didn't want to get this beach bike, you could purchase this. I think this is like $10 for the guy, and then also for this top part of the body too. And you can convert something like a Stampede 4x4, which I think if you have one, you can do. You can do it probably for most platforms that are going to be this size, and put this on here. So I may do this at some point in time. I thought this was pretty cool when I was looking at it the other day, and I figure at some point in time I probably will do it. So but anyway, that is a not so quick, but just an overview of my final thoughts on this beach bike. Is it worth it? Yeah. I mean, you pay about $75 now for this thing shipped, and it comes with the Lipo battery, 2.4 gigahertz radio. So I think it was a great deal for the amount of money, because I paid a little bit more for mine, and it's going to take about 7 or 8 business days to get here. But If they sold this in the States, this thing will probably be about 120, 30 bucks. So anyway, guys, don't forget to like or dislike, subscribe if you have not. And as always, stay tuned for more videos, and thanks for watching.